are in Gallup, New Mexico at an O'Reilly store, and old Lincoln started missing, so we're not really sure exactly what's going on. I did get a fuel filter. I got some plugs, wires, all that stuff. We're gonna change the fuel filter. We're gonna take and change the plugs, the wires, the points, the whole 9 yards. It don't have points, it has an electronic ignition, but I'm gonna change the rotor button, rotor cap. We're gonna do it all right here on the side of the road, so we're gonna get after it. It's gonna be fun. We're taking the porta potty down to the Homestead, and Lincoln just ain't running good, so George is gonna help me. He's got his white shirt on, so it's gonna get dirty. And we're gonna get after it. It's gonna be a minute. They had some they didn't have enough plugs and enough wires and stuff in here for me, so in O'Reilly's, so they're gonna get a driver to bring them over. So hopefully it helps. I hope it's not a fuel pump. It's just cutting out on us, so we're gonna find out. So don't ever take all your plug wires off at one time. I'm seeing a lot of metal shavings in here. It's pretty well scarred up. The top rotor button where the electrode goes in is pretty well burnt up. It's got a lot of stuff on it, so we're going to change that. Don't ever take all your plug wires off at one time. Take one off, put it on your new cap. It's what I've done, and then change them as you go around. This rotor cap, we have a new one right here just to show you the difference. That's the new one. This is the old one, and the old one is pretty well burnt up. Gonna change that out, and there that is. Now we got wires coming on the way. The guys at O'Reilly's are bringing us wires, but one thing for sure, all this stuff is going to help it. It sure can't hurt it. So we'll change the wires when they get back. So one of the issues that we found, if I can find it here again, is this. But you can see it's cracked and peeling. It's got an insulated wire in it. That was down against the manifold and burning. So when the plug wires get hot like that, they lose electric conductivity. So we're going to get new wires. I'm waiting on O'Reilly's to get them here. George is working on the fuel filter. You got it off there yet, son? All right. I think those lines just pull off there once you do that. We'll have to go get some more clips for them. So he's working on that. I'm waiting on O'Reilly's to get here with more spark plugs. Getting to these over here and getting them back in is going to be a trick, but we got it to do. So we got all the new wires. I don't know if you can see them or not. We've got them all pulled up in here in top so that they don't get. We found another one on this side that was burnt almost completely in two. So we had two cylinders that were shorting out, losing power. So that's a big deal there. And then I found a wire right here that was naked. It had a metal clamp on it, and it was touching. I don't know if you guys can see that mark right there, but it was actually shorting out right there. So this being kind of broke down, yeah, it takes up our time, but it's probably a good thing. And while I'm here and I got all this stuff off here, the breather, I'm gonna go ahead and change out this serpentine belt, because this one's pretty old, dry, and cracked. So sometimes you're forced to do maintenance when you don't want to do maintenance, but it's a good thing that we're getting maintenance done. This car would run like a new one now. All right, folks, we got the old Lincoln running. She's sounding pretty good. George got the fuel filter on. Helped me with the rest of it. Got all the plugs in. Don't sound like she's shorting out now or missing. Motor sounds strong. So we're gonna head on down to the Homestead with this porta potty. First, we gotta get something to eat. Man, I'm hungry. Well, we made it here with it. Tent looks like it's really been blowing. Might possibly have some damage to it. Looks like the zipper may be broke. I don't know if that's from the wind or from somebody, but we're gonna find out. See if anything's missing. Doesn't look like anything's missing. We'll see if we can't fix this zipper. Not sure why it broke. I don't know if you can see the porta potty. It is over there, strapped down to two trees. In between two trees, we got it over there. We fixed the zipper. I think the wind just pulled the zipper loose. The wind really blows here. And this is the window that our swamp cooler is going to go in. So I have to measure it, get the measurements of it, and take that back and get a vent made. The swamp cooler is going to sit underneath here, and for the most part of the day, it gets really late. The sun comes in over there and it'll touch it just a little bit. That's going to help with our evaporation. So it's going to be right there blowing into the camper. I'll probably have a tank just to the right of it, feed tubing into it, then we can just fill it up as we need to. We got the measurements. It's 22 by 17.5. My swamp cooler's 24, so we may have to, I don't know, we may have to make it smaller and then put a flange on the inside. We are about ready to head out. It's another quick trip down to the Homestead. We broke our light. There's some zip strips in that bucket right over there. We're gonna have to zip strip it on there. The car acted up again, and before we got here, started cutting out on us again, even though we changed the plugs, changed the wires, changed everything. So we're thinking it's bad gas. George is gonna zip strip this light on there. It's probably just like that, I think. Best way you can, I reckon. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I said it in the last video, I'll say it again. There's a lot of folks who watch our channel that's not subscribed. Make sure you hit that old subscribe button. Hit the little notification bell so that you know when we're doing something, when we're going to have a video. We'll see you down the road.